Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel Sew with Zini. My name is Ezine and I make tutorials based on fashion, DIY and pattern drafting. A returning subscriber, thank you so much, and if you're new here, please make sure you watch this to the end. In today's tutorial, we are going to be learning how to make this beautiful 360 circle top that you see on my mannequin, okay? So if this is what you think you'll be interested in, please don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. So now let's get right into the video. So this is the Ankara fabric that I'll be using. We have 2 yards of this lovely Ankara piece, okay? I really love this Ankara piece as it has different colors and patterns. As you can see, I've had this for the very longest time and I decided to just use it and make something really beautiful. So I'll go ahead and open this up properly and fold it into the way that I'll be cutting it. So here it is. I've opened it widely, I've double folded it, and then I will go ahead and then fold it again as you see me doing in the video. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. This is just as if you're cutting a circle. So yes, I folded it into 4 parts. So the next thing I'll do is to go ahead and measure out the length of my top. So the length that you want your top to be, that is what you're going to be measuring out. Okay, so I'll go ahead and check if the both ends have the length that I want my top to be. So if that is okay, I'll go ahead and start marking out the length of my top all through the fabric. So the length of my top is 22 inches. I'll go ahead and mark these 22 inches all round. Just watch closely how I'm marking it out on the fabric. This is just exactly the way you cut your round circle. For those of you that can cut round circles, so this is the way you cut round circles. So that is exactly the way you'll be cutting this. Okay, so I'm marking out my 22. I'll do this round the top and then I'll go ahead and tick in the lines. From the top of the fabric, I'll go ahead and mark out 6 inches, which I'm going to be using as my neck depth. So it will be good to remember that this is going to have a tiny strap. So now that tiny strap is still going to be 6 inches in measurement because that is what we are removing from the neck. So that is what our strap is going to be measured in. So I'll go ahead, mark this round and then ticking it as well. Now the next thing I'll be doing is to mark out my neck width. So my neck width is 4 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark out this 4 inches, after which we'll be marking out our armhole. Now my armhole measurement is 8 inches. So from the tip of the fabric, I'll go ahead and mark down 8 inches. After marking this down, I'll have to connect it back to the neck width that I have already marked out, just as you see me doing in the video. So yes, this is it. This drawing might not make sense now, but after we've cut it and we're about to join, that is when you understand it more clearly. So now the next thing we'll do is to just cut it out. Yeah, after we've cut it out, we'll just slash the sides open because that is where we are going to be joining it from. So it's very important that we cut it open. So yes, this is how it looks like after we have cut it open, and because it's a circle top, when you wear it, it's going to have these folds along the sides of it. The fold usually makes it very beautiful, so that is how it is going to be. So yes, from the remains of the dress, I'll just go ahead and cut out long straps that I'll be using to cover the neckline and the strap that I'll be holding the dress, the tiny strap that I told you about. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and measure 2 inches or thereabouts. This doesn't need to be big, it's just something really small that can be folded, just as you see me doing in the video. So I'll just go ahead and cut this all out and then I'll show you how to fold it and iron it so that it will be easier for you to work on. So here it is. I folded and ironed it. I'm sorry, I thought I recorded that part, but I didn't. But this is really something that is very simple that anybody can achieve just by folding the 2 ends of the rope, folding it by ½ inch inwards, and then placing your iron over them, ironing it so that it will be flat for easy sewing on the dress. Okay, so that is just how I achieved the strap. when I cut it out, I folded the two edges by 1/2 inch inside inwards, and then I ironed it flat. So here I'm going to use this to place on the neckline. I'm going to use it to finish the neckline instead of bias. Some people can use bias, but I wouldn't want to use that. So now I'll go ahead and measure my 8 inches. Remember that the neck width we used was 4 inches, but when you add it, when you open it up, it will become 8. So yes, this is what I'm going to be doing here. So as you can see what I explained, I folded it in by 1/2 inch. Now I'll go ahead and put the fabric, the main fabric, the top, the neckline inside of the bias that I made. Okay, just as you see me doing, I'll go ahead and fix it in, and then I'll use pins to hold this down so that it will stay in place. I don't want it to go out of place when I'm sewing it. So to achieve a more neater finish, I'll go ahead and use my pins in place. So I'll put them properly to be able to hold the neckline in place so that when I'm sewing it, it doesn't move around. So this is how I'm going to be doing this, just as you see me doing in the video. If you can watch closely, this is how I'm going to be covering up the neckline. So here I'll go ahead and measure this up again to make sure that it is 8 inches, because I don't want to go overboard. It is very important that as you are doing this, you're measuring as well. So I'll measure it and mark so that I do not cross that line. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be doing for the front and the back. I'll go ahead and sew it up after pinning it up. Then I'll come back and show you how to achieve the strap. So here, this is it. I've sewn it and this is how it looks like. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but yes, I've sewn it all up together. So now this is the strap that the rope parts that I'll be using for the strap. Okay, so I've gone ahead to sew this, and this is how it looks. I've also done the same thing for the back of the dress, as you can see. And we are going to go ahead and finish off the armhole with the strap. Okay, so just as you see me doing in the video, I'll open it up and then I'll put it inside of this bias that I've made. It's almost like the same thing that I did for the front. So I'll go ahead and hold this down properly with my pins. Now this is what I'll do throughout, and then once I've gotten to the intersection of the neck and the armhole, okay, I'll kind of stop and then measure out the 6 inches that we left at the beginning. Okay, so now I'll measure the 6 inches for the front and the back, which will give us 12 inches. Now from that 12 inches, I'll go ahead and mark it out. After I've marked this out, I'll go ahead and bring the back of the dress and repeat the same process. Okay, so it is very important to mark it out so that your strap doesn't become too short or too long. Okay, just as you see me doing in the video, I'll go ahead and insert the armhole of the back of the top to the bias that I have made. So I'll insert this and then I'll pin it up. Now after pinning this up, I'll take it to my sewing machine and then I'll run a stitch across. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same thing to the other side of the dress. Okay, just the same thing I did, that is what I'm going to repeat. So now I've sewn the both hands together and this is what it looks like. Okay, so I've gone ahead to stitch this in my sewing machine and this is how it looks like. And as you can see, the top is already coming out looking beautifully well, as you all can see this. Now the next thing we'll be doing for this is to close the sides of this dress. As you can see, the sides are still open. I'll go ahead, close the two sides of the dress, and then I'll come back and show you what next I'll be doing. So here it is. I've closed the two sides of the dress and this is how it looks. The next thing we are going to be doing with this top is to close off the edge, the down part of the dress. Okay, so I'm going to be closing this off with some bias, some already made bias. That is what I'll use to close it off, and I'm going to be using a green bias for this. For this down part, you can go ahead and double fold it. Okay, you can double fold it inside. That is another way you can use to finish it up, but for the sake of this video I chose to use bias because I just want the beauty of bias to be on the down part. So here, this is it. I've closed it up with bias and this is how it looks like. As you can see, the bias made it to come out looking beautifully nice, as you all can see, and the green bias suits it very well. Okay, so yes, that is why I actually chose bias, because it will give me a neater finish, as you can see. So the next thing I'll be doing is to place this on my mannequin so that you all can see how beautiful this top actually looks. So yes, this is the look of my mannequin and this is what it looks like. To be honest, I don't know if my mannequin is doing a really good job at showcasing this, but I believe this looks more beautiful in real life, and I really encourage you to make this for yourself or your loved one. Like, it's really beautiful and this top is very versatile. I mean, you can rock it with anything, and because of the color of fabric I chose, I can decide to wear this with any choice of outfits that I want as the down part. I can decide to wear it with yellow, I can decide to wear it with anything at all. So I really love this top, and I just hope that you can make it, as it is very easy to make. It is very easy if you use this method that I just taught now. So yes, this is it. We have come to the end of this video, and please, if this video is what you really enjoyed, please do well to give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and please do not forget to subscribe, and also remember to turn on your notification bells in order to get notified whenever I post subsequent videos. Bye for now and see you in my next video.